Welcome to Headline Hub Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The news broke, sending shockwaves through the heart of the nation. It was like a thunderclap on a clear morning, unexpected, electrifying, and impossible to ignore. Breaking news: Philippines confirms world-class oil and gas discovery. The words blazed across screens, their impact immediate and profound. The headline flashed across every screen, halting conversations in coffee shops, offices, and homes nationwide. People stopped mid-sentence, their attention captured by the promise of something extraordinary. For a country used to headlines about typhoons and political strife, this was a promise of transformation, a rare glimmer of hope in a landscape often marked by adversity. The president, flanked by Philippine flags, called it a gift to the Filipino people, a turning point in history. His words echoed the collective sentiment of a nation ready for change. This time, the words were backed by seismic data, drilling reports, and surging stock prices. The evidence was undeniable, and the world was watching. The discovery, named Galleon-1, was a supergiant field, an energy treasure chest beneath the sea, holding the potential to reshape the nation's destiny. Excitement spread from the halls of power to remote villages. Fishermen and jeepney drivers alike dared to dream of a new future. The news reached every corner, igniting conversations and aspirations. Young professionals in Makati discussed the news with pride and optimism, envisioning new opportunities and a brighter tomorrow for themselves and their families. This was more than oil. It was the possibility of rewriting the nation's story, of finally realizing the dreams passed down through generations. For generations, Filipinos were told their country was rich in spirit, but poor in resources. Galleon-1 shattered that narrative, offering proof that the nation's wealth could be more than just its people's resilience. Now the Philippines could become a producer, not just a consumer, a source of global energy, with the power to influence markets and shape its own economic fate. The name Galleon-1 evoked an era of wealth and trade, but this time, the galleons would carry black gold, forging new connections with the world. A new course toward national prosperity had begun, and the nation stood united at the dawn of a new era, ready to embrace its future. Before Galleon-1, the Philippines was profoundly energy dependent. For decades, the nation relied almost entirely on imported oil and gas to power its cities, industries, and transportation. Nearly all fuel was imported, making the economy vulnerable to global price swings. Every spike in oil prices sent shockwaves through daily life, affecting everything from transportation costs to the price of basic goods. Billions left the country each year just to keep the lights on, money that could have built schools and hospitals or improved infrastructure for future generations. High energy costs made local industries less competitive, stifling job creation and forcing some businesses to close or relocate. The Malampaya gas field was a milestone, providing a temporary boost, but its reserves were dwindling, and the country still faced an uncertain energy future. The dream of energy independence seemed distant, almost impossible. Many wondered if the Philippines would ever break free from this cycle. This is why Galleon-1 was so momentous. It broke a cycle of dependency that had lasted for generations. The discovery wasn't just economic, it was psychological, offering hope and pride to millions who longed for a brighter, more self-sufficient future. For the first time, the Philippines could control its own economic destiny, shaping policies and investments without fear of foreign supply shocks. The vision of having more than enough energy was revolutionary, opening doors to innovation, growth, and sustainable development. Galleon-1 sparked a unified sense of national hope, inspiring Filipinos to believe in the possibility of true energy independence. Galleon-1 sits in the reed bank, West Philippine Sea, a find of staggering scale, hidden beneath the waves for millennia, now finally revealed to the world. Estimates suggest at least 10 billion barrels of light crude oil and 15 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Resources so vast, they could fuel entire nations for generations. This single discovery rivals the reserves of established oil nations, instantly elevating the Philippines to a new league among global energy players, rewriting its economic destiny. The oil alone is worth over $1 trillion, transformative for a $450 billion economy, promising a windfall that could reshape infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Light sweet crude is highly desirable, maximizing profits and minimizing refining costs, making every barrel even more valuable on the world market. The impact on national pride is profound. Scarcity has given way to abundance, and hope now replaces uncertainty for millions of Filipinos. Now, the government can plan for a future where funding isn't the main constraint, opening doors to ambitious projects and long-term investments once thought impossible. Galleon 1 means energy independence, enough gas to power the country for decades, and oil to make the Philippines an exporter, not just a consumer, for the first time in history. No longer at the mercy of global shocks, the nation gains new economic and diplomatic leverage, strengthening its voice on the world stage and securing its future. The game has truly changed, marking a dramatic turning point in the nation's story. The Philippines stands on the threshold of a new era, ready to embrace a future filled with promise, opportunity, and renewed hope for generations to come. The Galleon 1 discovery sent shockwaves through global energy markets. Oil prices dipped as traders anticipated a major new supplier. Suddenly, the Philippines was the focus of global analysis, a new energy powerhouse in Southeast Asia. World leaders sent congratulations, seeing opportunities for energy diversification and stability. International banks and companies now view the Philippines as a prime investment destination. The country's diplomatic and economic clout soared overnight. But not all reactions were positive. Other oil exporters saw new competition, and regional powers eyed the discovery warily. The West Philippine Sea, once a disputed fishing ground, is now a high-stakes energy hotspot. The world is watching how the Philippines manages its newfound wealth and navigates rising geopolitical risks. Galleon 1 has ignited dreams of a new Philippine economic miracle. Thousands of jobs will be created, from engineers to construction workers, rippling through every sector. Oil and gas revenues will fund a nationwide infrastructure overhaul, modern highways, ports, and resilient buildings. Social services will be transformed, world-class schools and hospitals, better pay for teachers and doctors. Becoming a net energy exporter will strengthen the peso and tame inflation. Lower energy costs will boost local industries, sparking a manufacturing renaissance. The vision: a diversified, robust, and prosperous economy, finally realizing its full potential. The Philippines is poised for a new era of growth. Galleon 1's location in the Reed Bank places it at the heart of a fierce geopolitical dispute. The area lies within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, affirmed by international law, but China claims it as its own. The Reed Bank is now the nation's most valuable asset and its greatest security challenge. Securing these resources is a top priority. Any disruption threatens the country's future. Meanwhile, the Philippine rise to the east offers vast, untapped potential in gas and minerals. The government must assert its rights in the west while responsibly exploring the east. These two resource-rich areas present both risk and opportunity. The nation's future depends on managing them wisely. China responded to Galleon 1 with swift stern warnings and increased patrols near the Reed Bank. The risk of confrontation has escalated. The Philippine Navy faces a formidable Chinese presence. A blockade or harassment of drilling platforms could trigger a dangerous conflict. China pushes for joint development, but many Filipinos see this as a threat to sovereignty. The government must balance resolve with caution, avoiding provocation while defending its rights. The dream of prosperity is now shadowed by the risk of conflict. The Philippines must navigate this perilous moment with courage and international support. As tensions rose, the United States reaffirmed its defense treaty with the Philippines, increasing naval patrols near the Reed Bank. Japan and Australia offered support, new patrol vessels, joint exercises, and surveillance technology. Even regional rivals quietly backed the Philippines, recognizing the broader stakes. International forums championed the rule of law and the 2016 arbitral ruling. This coalition bolsters Manila's confidence and deters aggression. Allies expect responsible leadership and continued diplomacy. The Philippines must skillfully leverage this support to protect its rights and unlock Galleon 1's wealth. In this new era, alliances are the nation's greatest asset. Galleon 1 places the Philippines at a crossroads: prosperity or peril. Oil wealth can bring stability and pride, or corruption and inequality, the so-called resource curse. The greatest challenge may be ensuring integrity and good governance. Without transparency, oil revenues could be lost to corruption, breeding resentment and instability. A sovereign wealth fund, managed transparently and independently, is essential. The government must invest in diversifying the economy, not just oil and gas. Visionary leadership and strong democratic institutions are crucial. Civil society and a free press must hold power to account. The oil is a gift, but turning it into lasting prosperity requires national commitment. The choices made now will shape the Philippines for generations.